Yeah, so I had a client who wanted to buy in Melbourne, in 100-kilometer area where he lives currently. Great borrowing capacity. Didn't want it. We told him that the growth is 2 to 3% in Melbourne. Very low rental yield. Land tax is high. Tenancy laws are against the landlord. But he was adamant that still after 2-3 years, it will grow. Victoria will come back. And it was very difficult, right? So he signed up with us straight away. He wanted to buy. He wanted to buy within 100 kilometers of his house so that he can go and see that property. And when we invited him for a strategy, we said, let's go through the strategy and we will ask you. We gave him options, right? If you buy something of 700 to 800K, in western suburbs, so 100 kilometers where you live currently, you will be out of pocket around 24 to 26K in the current market, right? And the property will grow at 2%. And similarly, we put that on the whiteboard. I put the data separately. If I buy something for 550 in Queensland, right, which has a 12% growth and 6% rental yield, you will be out of pocket by 16K per year, but your property will be growing at 12%. What will you choose? And that was an eye-opener for him. When he saw the data in front of him, I said, given a choice, 2% growth, 12% growth, highly negatively geared, less negatively geared, high cost of acquisition, or high cost, high capital risk, here lower capital risk. And instead of one property, we can even buy 2 properties to diversify your portfolio. One we may buy in Queensland, one in South Australia. Both are growth markets. How does that sound? And that was like, that made him think. And immediately it was a no-brainer for him and his wife to tell us that, hey guys, I agree with you. We'll go and buy 2 properties. We are not buying in Victoria. And I agree with you what you're saying when I saw the numbers. Let's go ahead and buy 2 properties instead of 1. And you know what? He's buying 1 under SMSF as well. So technically he's buying 3 properties with us. The situation, yes, we deal with different people, different background, different cultural background, different risk appetite, different professions, and it has all impact on their decision making and the choices they make. Right. So I'll give you a perspective of a client who works in IT, very straightforward, very busy guy. Does the strategy consulting work for a cloud company, and he thinks at the architecture level. So. And a consulting level. And then what I found, when he engaged us straight away, he said, hey guys, I have done my due diligence before onboarding you as my buyer's agent. I have done reference checks, gone through your Google reviews, seen the results, spoken to some of your clients. I trust your process and I will follow your process, seek your advice, bring your A team to help me build my portfolio. This is the goal I want to achieve in 10 to 15 years. So you guys are in this business. This is your bread and butter. Help me do it. So it was straightforward. We did strategy. We bought 1 first property with him and he will be going for his next property in next 6 to 8 months. So that's a straightforward, a client who trusts us and is ready. So he has a growth mindset. He trusts the process. He has done the due diligence before onboarding. Then I have a client who is also in IT, works for, in fact, a bank, but so he has done so much research online. So he's like a Google doctor, gone through so many blogs, reads every article, everything. And then when he engaged us, he told me, hey, I want to buy this type of property in this kind of a suburb at this place. I asked him, okay, but where did you get all this information? Oh, my friends have bought all the properties there. So can you help me in buying property in that suburb? this type of property with this kind of rental yield and all that. And I was like, you are paying me for service, right? So then we need to educate him what the value we bring in, because he was just following the path of his friends, because your network of birthday parties, your social drinking network, who have bought properties in those areas. It's not a bad area, what recommendations you have, but you come with a preconceived mind and think that buying in that area will make you a millionaire. Sorry, markets change every week. So it took me some time to do that mindset shift, help him, show him properties with lesser capital investment, better growth, and based on his risk appetite, risk profile, borrowing capacity, and his financial goals. And once we showed him the numbers, he was sold. And when I say he was sold, he listened to us and he thanked us. It took some time to, build that rapport with the client. So for me, when you are engaging a buyer's agent, you have done your due diligence. We run your investment as a business while you do your 9-to-5 job. So this is our bread and butter. We have done it for 500 plus clients and doing it every day in, day out. We have a dedicated team who is working, 8x5, or you may say whatever numbers, 24x5 or whatever, to help people build their portfolio. So it takes time, but yes, when you have engaged us, trust the process. Property is a long-term game, and we are there with you, holding your hand no matter what happens. We are not running away or once you get the keys. So trust us, trust the process, and things will pay off.